continues to be discussed right now. So right now we are heading out to a news story here. Welcome everyone here to News Now from Fox. We appreciate you joining us here today. I'm your host, Mike Page. We want to talk about this this viral news story that has been going on the last couple of days. The Dallas Mavericks started their NBA season playing no national anthem. And just yesterday, they changed their tune. So we want to get a little insight about what happened, what led up to this. We go out right now to Fox News' Casey Stiegel with the very latest. Casey, so what's going on with this?
Hey, Michael, we're outside the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks play. And last night's game against the Atlanta Hawks, the national anthem was played for the first time after 13 various preseason and then regular season home games. And there were first responders who had all been vaccinated for COVID-19 in the stands last night. But Monday of this week was when fans first were able to see a home game here in Dallas. And that is how this went unnoticed up until now. And some people started talking after that game on Monday, wondering why the national anthem was not played. And then as the story bubbled out, it came out that Mark Cuban, the team's owner, had directed that the national anthem not be played. And so then Mark Cuban, of course, took an awful lot of heat, and he came out yesterday afternoon. He released a statement. Then he went on ESPN yesterday evening and basically said that, he obviously respects the national anthem, that he is a patriotic person himself, but he says that he's hearing from a growing number of people in this country who say that the national anthem does not represent them, although they are residents of this country, and that those people have been ignored for far too long. And he says that it's something that he claims the NBA knew about. But then the NBA came out yesterday and said that all teams were going to be required to play the national anthem at its games, fans in the stands or not. And so last night, as the fans and the teams took the arena here in Dallas last night, the national anthem was played for the first time. I want to point out that it's kind of interesting because as this story has continued to evolve, just some other information as far as, I don't know if you could necessarily call it support from Mark Cuban or call it talking out against the NBA, but the coach of the New Orleans Pelicans has sent out something on Twitter saying, why require the national anthem at sporting events? What is it about sporting events? If you believe strongly enough in it, then we should do it. We should play the national anthem before the beginning of movies or before people begin their work days. What makes a sporting event or a game so special? So that's kind of an interesting tidbit that's been thrown into this evolving issue. But I can say that a number of the fans that folks talked to last night that were either coming into the game or leaving the game said that they were happy that the national anthem was played last night. They were happy to hear it, particularly because it's a crowd of first responders who have been putting their lives on the front lines during this whole pandemic. So they say that it's an institution and that's what America represents. And, as long as they could remember going back from being children and going to the ballpark or going to see a game or a live sporting event, a high school, collegiate, or, professional, that the national anthem has always been played. And so that they were nice to be in the stands last night when it was and when it happened here in Dallas, Mike.
And Casey, where are we at in America where the NBA has to step in and say, no, all the teams, you need to do the national anthem? I mean, eventually, are we going to stop seeing flyovers? Is it going to come to really where we can't even honor the military anymore?
Well, what's interesting is, again, the New Orleans Pelicans coach weighing in on this and sort of raising the question of what makes this special about sporting events. Sort of, I guess, that calls into question the institution of something like the national anthem that has been part of history and just the way that we've done it here in America and we know here in America. So it's interesting to see as, this continues playing out and whether or not other coaches or owners or franchises will, also, start speaking out against the NBA. Time will tell as this is really evolving. But what I find most interesting about it is that, it was something that happened again for 13 games, and it wasn't leaked. Just because there weren't stands in the fans in the stand, rather, that no one kind of put that out in this day and age that we live in. It seems like, news and information is coming at us from all directions at 150 miles an hour. And it's interesting to me that there were 13 games that happened and the national anthem was not played. And we didn't really learn about it, or it didn't come to light until just this week when folks were allowed to come here to the stadium.
Yeah, I think it's very telling, too, that there wasn't any players or coaches that said, wait a minute, where is the national anthem? What's going on here? So that's something to see there, and I think the story will continue to talk about. And Casey Stiegel, thank you so much there. Fox News breaking it all down for us, as always. We appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, and we will bring you more news from across the country right here on News Now from Fox. Live look right now inside of the Capitol, where we are just about 40 minutes away from the impeachment trial to start up once again. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here right while we have the time and bring you more news in just 2 minutes.
Deliver $8,200 in additional federal relief in coming months for an average working family of 4 in the state of Georgia.